Meanwhile, as we speak, the situation in Ukraine remains very volatile as the Russian invasion continues to rage on. And the United States is now considering the idea of setting up a hotline with the Russian forces to try and lower the risk of errant strikes on US forces along Ukraine's borders. Now, what this essentially means is that the United States will set up certain back-channel communications with Russian forces along the border, and such a step will entail officials from both sides sharing information to ensure that the Russians do not resort to bombing those positions where America could get impacted in any way, especially in the border regions. Along the Polish border and the Black Sea, it is not a straightforward choice, as US communication channels with Russian forces may imply acceptance of Russian military operation in Ukraine. As Moscow mounts its offensive on Ukraine, the US forces are at risk of errant missile strikes. A communication channel could, of course, help ensure that forces from both sides work in clearly demarcated areas. Russia's stance on this idea isn't very clear. Such a communication hotline isn't unheard of for better understanding. Back in 2015, when Russia began its military operations in Syria, the Americans and Russians had set up such channels to prevent accidental attacks on their respective forces as they went about bombing positions within Syria. But despite a 24-hour hotline, there were some incidents that could have threatened to trigger a crisis between the two nations. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.